Hello, everybody. This week we will kind of have more of a straightforward Sunday, even though we're doing kind of in a way two newish songs. Really, there's only one that's completely new because we've done All Glory Be to Christ before, but typically it was just like one instrument. So for some of us, it may be new, but we're doing it for the night of worship as well. But anyways, all that being said, we'll start off with the typical countdown, and then from there we'll get right into All Glory Be to Christ. The biggest thing with this song, honestly, it's kind of in a way just kind of repetitive. So once you kind of have the main progression down, it just is that for basically every single verse, and then the chorus is just the same thing over and over and over again. But song is super, super good. Excited for us to sing it on a Sunday. So verse 1, all of that will just be Trina. We'll come in on the first chorus there together, staying in through verse 2. And honestly, just keep it simple. We'll stay in on verse 3 as well. And then same thing on the chorus. The biggest thing though is that when we're in, I do want us to be cautious still of just not like over singing Trina, especially within those verses, because it is wordy. So the more that Trina can kind of help guide and direct the timing of that would be good. I just don't want it to sound like it's just like this one muffled kind of, you can't really tell what we're singing. So anyways, just know that. But minus that, we'll kind of go straight from there right into How Deep the Father's Love, doing this in C. So Adrian and I were texting earlier in the week, and C is what fit her voice better. So just take note of that we are doing it a whole step below where we typically would do it. But verse 1 will be Adrian. We'll come in on the second verse with her, and then staying in through verse 3 staying out in verse 3 until, so it'll be I will not boast in anything, until all the way through his death and resurrection. Then we'll come in with Adrian on why should I gain from his reward, and then stay in on the repeat of that little portion, and then we're in until the end. Then from there, scripture reading, I will take that. Miranda, let's have you take the pad during that time, and then what we'll do is jump into O Holy Night. Gavin is leading us in this song. So Gavin, we'll treat this just like we do for the night of worship, where basically all the tags there, we'll kind of just let those be Gavin unless you feel really good and confident singing those. But we kind of fade the click out. That's the only thing that's a little different. So if you were on when Gavin sang this last year, we're doing it that same way as far as how the click track goes in our ears. But verse 1 will be Gavin. Pre-chorus will be Gavin as well, and then we'll come in on that first chorus, staying in through verse 2. Pre-chorus, chorus, all of that, and then those tags at the end will kind of just be Gavin there. All right, video will play. Adam is preaching this week, third week in our Advent series, and then when we come up, we'll go into Hymn of Heaven. Though this is a new song for us here at the church, I'm not going to have us like introduce it or anything. I'm pretty sure this song won like Song of the Year last year, so most of our congregation should know this. If not, they'll be able to catch on pretty quickly. But anyways, I'll take verse 1. We'll come in on the first chorus together, staying into verse 2, second chorus, and then that whole verse 3a. If you're looking at the chord chart, it does the whole verse. I'll take that, and then we'll come in on that repeat of, and on that day we join the resurrection, and then be in until the end of the song. And then probably what we'll do, I'll probably actually go back and tag that verse 3, kind of just keep it chill, sing it more like it's the verse 3a where it sings it the first time through, do one chorus, and then we'll be done for the day. All right, so that's it for vocals. Band, this is where you will start the video. A few things to know. In a way, there's two new songs. We've done All Glory Be to Christ a few times before, but anytime we've done it, it's usually been like one instrumentalist, so that's the biggest thing there. You may have never actually played the song, but the song itself is not new to our church. But I mean, really, the song's actually pretty simple and straightforward. You really only have two different progressions. You have the verse progression and the chorus progression. So really, there's not much to talk about on this song. Rob, I know there's not really any sort of like drums in this or anything. So kind of percussively add in some swell things. If you think that there could be a time where we add in a kick or even just some type of straightforward beat, you can feel free to do that, but I do think that would probably be better to think more percussively with the song. I would leave all of verse 1 to kind of just be chill, and then those choruses, add in some swells, even if it's just like in the background, you're just kind of on the ride. But every once in a while, all glory be. If you want to add in a kick, feel free, but don't feel like you just have to sit there during that time. But anyways, and then we'll jump into How Deep the Father's Love. I'm doing this song in C. Typically we do it in D, but it fits Adrian's voice better to do this in C. So doing this song a whole step down. Not really anything to talk about on this song. I was trying to think, but there's really nothing. So we'll do How Glory Be to Christ. How Deep the Father's Love for Us, like the track. And then for the scripture reading time on that, Miranda, if you want to take the pads behind, that would be great. And then what we'll do is jump into Oh Holy Night. So we're doing this like we're going to be doing it for the night of worship, where we're doing it just like the track, but the tags and everything at the end. So basically, in the song, kind of where the drums fade out, they'll just kind of, all of that will fade out. And then from there, I'm actually going to just end the click track right as we kind of have that really big swell out, and then Gavin will just take everything else by himself. So the click track will end out of the big swell, and then Gavin will take the rest of those little tag portions there by himself. So just know that when you hear the click and loop fade out in your ears right out of that really big swell, that's intentional. And then we'll jump into the sermon bumper, third week in Advent, and then when we come back up, we will go into Hymn of Heaven. This is a new song, and we are doing this for the Christmas night of worship. But really the biggest thing to note is just kind of dynamically how the song goes, especially within those verses, verse 3 and 3a and verse 3b. Note that when you're in that verse 3b, and it goes into the sing worthy is the Lamb who was slain, that X is there. We are all cutting out. It's just going to be big, and then we'll hit on that big D, and then just be in until the end of the song. But sing worthy is the Lamb who was slain, forever he shall reign. And we'll hit that D chord, where it goes to the D sus, back to the D, all that until the end of the song. But minus that, listen to the song and how the song's being played, and you will be just fine. But Rob, let's do, I think I talked about this for the night of worship, kind of like a cool little like drum fill into that, kind of where everything pulls out. Sing worthy is the Lamb who was slain, forever he shall reign. And then we'll just hit that really big on that D chord. But then minus that, what we'll do for the offertory, I'm going to go back into that verse 3. I'm going to play it more like it's that verse 3a, just kind of really chill. We'll do one chorus and we'll be done. But that is it for this Sunday. If you have any questions, let me know. If I didn't explain something well enough, or if you just need more clarification on something, go ahead and ask. But if not, I will see you guys on Sunday.